Welcome into A10varsity.com. Mike Smith live behind the mic here tonight for the St. Pius High School at O'Hara High School football game here. Contest pits O'Hara High School at the home team here tonight. Their homecoming contest. It's for the Crystal Cup. O'Hara comes into tonight's contest 4-0 on the season. Their last game was against Smith Cotton, a close one, 42-35. They've beaten everybody else before that one by double figures, only a 7-point win there in the last contest for the Celtics. St. Pius comes in with a 2-2 record, 2-1 in the West Central League play. They started up the season 2-0 and then have lost their last two, so they were trying to get back on track with a victory. Their last game against Lawson, a home game for St. Pius Warriors, they lost that one 19-14. The O'Hara Celtics will be donning their green uniforms, yellow trim, yellow pants, and yellow helmet. Their Bear logo, or it looks like the Chicago Bear logo, but it's a C for Celtics. I should have explained that a little bit more than saying it's a Bear logo. St. Pius in their white uniforms, white pants, blue numbers, blue helmet, and yellow trim on the helmet. Just about to get underway here. Minute 30 before the contest starts. Both of these teams have been coached by a pair of coaches that have been on their respective school for 8 seasons now. Head coach Jim Demara is in his 8th season for O'Hara with a record of 50-30. And head coach Rick Bryers, who also serves as the athletic director for St. Pius in his 8th season as well. He's 51-29, so almost identical career records for both of these two coaches here in tonight's contest. So definitely an interesting game, as both these teams averaging just about the same amount of points. O'Hara at 34 points per game, 28.8 points per game for St. Pius. O'Hara has won the toss. They will defer, so they will be on defense here to start off the contest. St. Pius, the visitors, will get the ball. As I was saying, St. Pius averaging 28.8 points per game. They give up 26.8 points per game, while O'Hara only gives up a 17.5. So definitely in benefit of the Celtics there on the defensive end. O'Hara, they got to watch out for on the defensive end, that middle linebacker, Jorge Belcher. Belcher leading the team in tackles, 70 tackles on the season. He's got an interception and a forced fumble. Definitely the leader on the defensive end for the Celtics. Coach Demara told me this week that the Celtics try to funnel each play to Belcher so he can rally the defense to the ball and make the tackle. As I was saying, the Celtics only give up 17.5 points per game. That's really respectable on the defensive end. Last year, O'Hara found themselves at 5-7 overall record. They started off 0-5, and then they rattled off a few good wins there. So definitely a good job to end the season on a high note for the O'Hara Celtics. They lost in the quarterfinals to Richmond, who eventually the state champion. Kicking off for the Celtics is Julian Gidley. Has the kicking duties. Back for the Warriors of St. Pius, Jake Hammerly. And we are off a pooch kick by Gidley, corralled by the Warriors right at the 45. So they'll have good starting position here to start things off.
Making the recovery was number 56,
Sheldon Kronweiter with the recovery on the special teams play. 46-yard line will be the official start for St. Pius. Grant Gavin, the quarterback, the junior, number 10 for St. Pius. Lining up under center here, some movement going on. Got handoff in the backfield. That's going to go to David Kepis.
Well carried by David Kepis.
Kepis going to get a gain about 1 yard on the play. They'll mark him for 2 exactly.
Tackled by Robert Martin.
Robert Martin with the tackle. So Gavin with a quick handoff to his running back, a senior David Kepis, who's got 65 carries coming into tonight's contest, 286 yards for Kepis on the ground for the Warriors. They like to air it out, though, a little bit more. 940 passing yards for Gavin as he's under center. Hammerly in motion. Handoff to Kepis. No, it dropped back. Gavin's going to fire down the far sideline. This one almost intercepted. Nice job by Brett Coatney. Pass intended for Phil Vudic. Vudic has 14 receptions on the season, 315 yards. Averages about 22.5 yards per catch, does Vudic. Gavin, as I said, likes to air it out to a slew of receivers. 3 main targets, though. Hammerly, Vudic, and L.J. Lempari. Gavin will be in the shotgun this time, 3rd and 8. Man in motion, that is Lempari. Gavin drops back, looking for Vudic once again, going to roll to the right. Towards the near sideline, Gavin fires it down in the ground. That one intended for Hammerly. DJ Griffin with the coverage. That's going to bring up 4th down. The punting unit will be on the field for St. Pius.
Going back in punt formation for the Warriors, number 20,
Martin Thompson, the punter for St. Pius, a senior, averaging about 37 yards per punt. Thompson gets that one. It's a very high punt and out of bounds. Looks like it's going to be marked at the 40-yard line for the Celtics. We'll see where the referee officially marks this one for O'Hara to start out. Just about the 40-yard line, indeed. So another good field position here, this time for O'Hara as they start with their first offensive drive. .57 left here in the first quarter. St. Pius a 3-and-out. Run by David Kepis to start off things for Pius, and then they aired it out on 2 plays, but incomplete by their quarterback, Grant Gavin. This time, Fortin going to hand off. Handoff, nice job there to Coatney. Coatney up the near side. Going to be a 1st down and more. Looks like 15-yard gain by Brent Coatney.
He was tackled by Jake Hammerly.
Jake Hammerly with the tackle. Coatney, the leading runner, a senior for O'Hara, or the starting runner, that is. The leading rusher on the squad is junior Ronnie Saylor, who's in the contest now in the backfield with Jake Fortan, the quarterback. Fortan going to drop back to pass, look to the far side. That one right to his senior wide receiver, DJ Griffin. Griffin still bumbling down all the way to the 20-yard line and going to be out of play there on the far side, out of bounds. Run out of bounds on the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 inside the red zone for the Celtics here on their first offensive drive. 10:41. We saw Brett Coatney run for 15 yards. And then a nice play from 410 to Griffin. 410 in the backfield once again. Going to fire this one up for Griffin once again. Griffin dives. He can't catch that one. Would have been a touchdown as he dived into the end zone, did Griffin. Griffin's down on the field, far side end zone. So we'll probably see a timeout on the field. Timeout on the field, injured O'Hara Celtics. That's DJ Griffin, who just laid out for that Fortin pass. Griffin, one of the primary targets for the senior quarterback, Jake Fortin, who has 978 yards passing. Hit Griffin on his first pass attempt, did Fortin. That one going for about 31-yard pass by Fortin to Griffin on the second play from scrimmage. for O'Hara. Fortin signaling to the far sideline, trying to get a play call. 10:36 left here in the first quarter. The first offensive drive for the O'Hara Celtics. St. Pius went 3 and out on their first offensive drive. Fortin with a handoff to Coatney to start things off. Then a pass to Griffin and an incomplete pass there to Griffin on first down from the 19. This is 2nd and 10 as a handoff to Coatney once again goes near side. Brought down in the backfield. Brought down by Jake Hammerly. Jake Hammerly, couple tackles here for the Warriors. No gain on the play as he got back to the line of scrimmage, did Coatney. 10-12 now left in the first quarter. 3rd down and 10 from the 19-yard line for the O'Hara Celtics. Fortin in the backfield, in the shotgun. Going to drop back to pass, roll out to his right. Looks like he's going for his tight end. No, that's Griffin once again. Rick Griffin snags that one and bumbles into the end zone for the first score of the contest. Under 10 minutes, and O'Hara gets on the board first. 6 points there for the Celtics. Pinning the extra point, they'll go up by 7. DJ Griffin, the target thus far for Fortin on 3 pass attempts. Fortin is 2 for 3. Both of those catches being corralled by DJ Griffin. Gidley puts it through the uprights. 7 on the board here early in the first quarter for the O'Hara Celtics. They march down the field quickly to take the lead here on 810varsity.com. Nick and Jake's, real food, honest drink, Nick and Jake's, the proud title sponsor of 810varsity.com. Check out our promotions throughout the season on Facebook or on Twitter at Nick and Jake's. So the first offensive series for the O'Hara Celtics here at their home field goes for a touchdown, and they lead 7-0 with 9:55 left here in the first quarter. St. Pius took the ball first on the offensive side of things. They had great field position starting at their own 45 on the pooch kick from Gidley on the initial kickoff, but 3 and out, and ball turned over to O'Hara, and they marched down the field. Coatney run and 2 great passes picked up by Griffin. That one another kick, and it's going to be tracked down by David Kepis, the running back, and he's going to bring it up to about the 45-yard line. So the St. Pius Warriors will start off the same field position they did on their first offensive set. Were unable to really move it down the field. 2 incomplete passes by Grant Gavin. David Kepis did run the ball a couple plays. Cardell Miller with the tackle on the special teams play for the Celtics. 9:48 left here in the first quarter. The Warriors of St. Pius trailing by 7 after O'Hara put a touchdown on the board. Gavin under center. Going to drop back to pass once again. Looking for Vutech. He's well covered to the near side. Vutech almost intercepted. Saylor looks like got his hands on that one. Indeed it was. Ronnie Saylor with some great defense. Gavin telegraphed his throw as he dropped back to pass. Looked near side for Phil Vutech. We saw a great defense there by the O'Hara Celtics. Brandon Dennis initially cut it off, and then Ronnie Saylor from his safety position comes over, from his corner position. Read the throw, almost brought that one back for a pick 6. So Gavin, who is a great thrower, a 60% completion rate on the season, hasn't completed a pass yet for the Warriors here tonight. Gavin broke the school pass completion record last season, completing 118 passes for the Warriors in 11 games, so he can sling it around. He's under center, going to hand that one to Kepis, who's straight up the middle. And he brought down about midfield, 49-yard line to be exact. Couple O'Hara Celtics from the defensive line bringing him down there. That's 3rd down, 3rd and 6. After 2 incomplete passes by Grant Gavin. 1 incomplete pass by Grant Gavin. That almost went for an interception. They hand it off to the running back, Kepis. and he bashes it through the line for 4 yards. Gavin under center once again. Kepis in the backfield. Going to be handoff to Kepis. He's going near side. Brought down by a slew of tacklers. Tanner Hull on a tackle for the Celtics. 4th down, but the Warriors look like they're going to go for it. They got about 2 yards on the play, so they are in the Celtic territory. Be officially 4th and 3 on the field. Near side wide receiver is Jake Hammerly as Gavin in the shotgun. He's got Riggle in the backfield. Long snap, and Gavin just backs up the punt this one. They faked the going for it. They punt it off, and that's going to be a touchback in the end zone. So O'Hara will get it on their second offensive drive here. 8:26 left here in the first quarter as O'Hara leads it over St. Pius 7-0. It's homecoming for the O'Hara Celtics. Battle for the Crystal Cup between these two rivals. Celtics move the ball very efficiently on a minimal amount of plays on their first offensive series. A handoff to Brett Coatney to start things off, and then we saw Jake Fortin sling a couple passes DJ Griffin's way, and one of them ended up for a touchdown. Quick handoff by Fortin. That one's going to be brought down in the backfield as Ronnie Saylor, the ball carrier. That's going to be good for no gain on the play. David Kepis with the tackle. Kepis doing double duty, a running back, getting some looks on the offensive side for St. Pius and making some tackles here for the Warriors on the early going. Fortin in the shotgun formation, quickly drops back to pass. 3-step drop, fires over to his tight end, Brandon Dennis, incomplete. Jake Hammerly breaks up the pass. Brandon Dennis intended for that pass. He's got 29 receptions on the season, good for 610 yards. 4 TDs on those 29 catches as well for the tight end Brandon Dennis. Dennis and Griffin, the two seniors, that are the primary targets for the quarterback Jake Fortin, who's in the shotgun. Fortin looking for Griffin down the far sideline once again. That one almost intercepted, and Griffin got his hands on it, but nice coverage. Philip Vutic with the coverage. Nice job as he got his hands up to break that one. Griffin didn't have position, but he almost got the catch. That's going to be 4th and 10. That's going to bring on the punting unit for the Celtics. Brandon Dennis, who is the tight end, as I mentioned, one of the primary targets of the quarterback, is the punter as well. It's like Jake Hammerly back to receive the punt as he gets that one. That was LJ Lampari. He gets a few blocks and he's going down the far sideline. Dennis the only one to break it up. Dennis going to track him down right about the 25-yard line. Brandon Dennis got to LJ Lampari, but Lampari going to give exceptional field position here for the St. Pius Warriors. 25-yard line, so 5 yards out of the red zone. The Warriors will start this third offensive drive of the contest. 7:30 left here in the first quarter. 7-0. The O'Hara Celtics lead this one over St. Pius Warriors. Live from O'Hara High School in Kansas City, Missouri. Listening to 810varsity.com. This one handoff by Gavin. It's going to go to Kepis. He's going to go to the near side. Breaks a couple tackles. Going to be finally brought down. It's like a 6-yard gain. Andrew Riggle with the tackle. Aiden Nice in the mix as well for that tackle. Seven minutes left here in the first quarter. 7-0 O'Hara leading this over St. Pius. Gavin in the shotgun. Got Riggle and Kepis in the backfield. He calls a timeout. Saw something he didn't like from the defense of O'Hara. The O'Hara Celtics have been able to stop St. Pius thus far in the first offensive two series, but great field position definitely looks to benefit the Warriors here. They started on their own 25, rattled off a 6-yard run. I credited a 7-yard run officially for David Kepis. So it's 2nd and 3 from the 18 for the St. Pius Warriors with 6:51 left here in the first quarter. The Kansas City Command season tickets for the 2012 Arena Football League season at the Sprint Center are now on sale. Call 855-KC-ARENA. Both of these squads have faced some similar opponents this season. Smith Cotton, both of them facing, and they both came away with a victory. O'Hara won that one 42-35. St. Pius 40-34. They also played Clinton. O'Hara won that contest. St. Pius coming away with a loss at Clinton. So we see Gavin under center. Calls a man in motion. That's Hammerly. Hand off to Kepis, and he goes straight up the middle and met by the defensive line of O'Hara. Looks like he might get one on that play. Pius tried a little bit of deception with Hammerly in motion from the near side on that last play. 1 yard gain by Kepis, so 3rd and 2 for the Warriors now. Flag on the far side of the field. We'll wait and see what the official call is. It's going to be ruled on the Warriors, so that play will come back. Looked like may have been in the vicinity of holding. I believe that was the call. So instead of 3rd and 2, it's 3rd and 7 after the 5-yard penalty on the Warriors. The Warriors still in good field position. They're on their own 22-yard line. Or excuse me, the O'Hara 22-yard line. As Gavin's in the shotgun formation. Kepis in the backfield with him. Twin receivers to both sides. Penalty comes flying out of the referee's pocket here before the play gets underway. Usually that means a false start. Indeed, it is a false start on the Warriors, so they continually back themselves up. 2 consecutive penalties, negating the 2 David Kepis runs and making it 3rd and 12. Gavin in the shotgun, Kepis in the backfield. High snap, Gavin tracks it down. Firing to the far side, that well over the head of Jake Hammerly. Belcher, the middle linebacker, in coverage over there. Belcher, the leading tackler for the Celtics with 70 tackles on the season. Number 59 is Belcher on the field. Fourth and 12, it looks like the Warriors are going to go for it as they are in O'Hara territory. They've been backing up. Looks like another timeout will be called. The Warriors call another timeout. That's their second timeout here early in this first quarter, so they've tried to regroup some things. They needed to capitalize on the good field position here on their 3rd offensive series. Unable to capitalize on their first 2 against O'Hara. The O'Hara Celtics scoring on their first offensive drive. That one a touchdown pass from 410 to DJ Griffin, who was a target of 3 passes on that first offensive drive for the Celtics. Caught 2 of them. One going for a 31-yard gain. The other for a 19-yard touchdown pass. All right, after the timeout, 4th and 12 for the Warriors. 6 minutes left here in the first quarter. Gavin in the shotgun. He's got Lampari in motion to the near side. Gavin drops back to pass, looking towards the far sideline. That one's going to be caught by Hammerly, And it's going to be good enough for the first down. Right at the first down marker, just a tad bit ahead of it. So a gain of 12. Brent Coatney with the tackle and the coverage. Coatney was right on Hammerly, but Hammerly got the great missile pass from Gavin. So that's what you would expect to see from the quarterback, Grant Gavin. Jorge Belcher also in on that tackle. As I mentioned, Gavin, 60% completion rate coming to tonight's contest, 70 of 115 passes. Has the school record for the Warriors of St. Pius in pass completions last season. A little bit of mix-up in the backfield. Gavin going to hand it off, pitch out to Kepis. Kepis got some room in the flat. Going to get a few yards on that one. Looks like it's going to go for about 5-yard gain for David Kepis. Had a little bit of a mix-up in the backfield as it looked like it may have been a handoff as Gavin and Kepis collided. Gavin kept his footing and then fired over to Kepis inside the flat on the far sideline. Cardell Miller with that last tackle on Kepis. Kepis made a few guys miss on the Celtics defense. This play held together by the Warriors on a 4th and 12 pass by Gavin to Jake Hammerly. Gavin under center, hands to Kepis. Maybe 1 yard on the play. Brought down by the defensive line. Looks like Brandon Dennis comes up from his linebacker position to be involved on that tackle. Be 3rd and 5, officially no gain on the last play on the handoff to Kepis. 4:28 left here in the first quarter. The O'Hara Celtics leading 7-0, but the St. Pius Warriors driving here to try to knot this one up at 7 apiece. Gavin under center. Kepis in the backfield as well as Riggle. Handoff to Kepis. He dives. Interesting call there with the dive as Kepis jumped over the pile, but not going to be enough for the first down. That's going to bring up 4th down. Got a couple yards, though. 4th and 3. On the running back dive play. Warriors went for it on 4th down. Backed up 4th and 12, so you got to think they'll definitely go for it here. Gavin under center once again. Riggle in the backfield. Kepis also. In motion is Hammerly to the near side. Vutic also in motion. Penalty flag flies. Kepis going to be met way in the backfield. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss on the play. Aiden Nice getting an initial hit. Illegal shift by St. Pius on the play anyways. The penalty will be declined by O'Hara, so it'll be a turnover on downs. Jorge Belcher once again in there with Aiden Nice as well. But O'Hara stops them. That is St. Pius on 4th and 3 and going to take over on downs. Deep in their own territory on about the 11-yard line. Will the Celtics start this offensive series with 3:32 left here in the first quarter? The O'Hara Celtics leading 7-0 over the St. Pius Warriors. Fortin in the shotgun. Sailor in motion. Quick whistle. Penalty marker down quickly. Probably in the false start category. That's one going to be on the Celtics if indeed it is a false start. Oh, encroachment by the defense. So in favor of the Celtics, all the penalties going thus far on against the Warriors here to start off things. St. Pius having trouble all over the field. The defensive end and the offensive end getting stopped by the O'Hara defense. Fortin in the shotgun. Going to drop back to pass. He just fires to his tight end, Dennis. Dennis catches it over in double coverage over Philip Vutic. Dennis comes up limping, but good enough for a first down. It's about a 16-yard gain. Philip Vutic with the tackle. Double coverage, though. Fortin fired that one in to his tight end, Brandon Dennis. Dennis usually lines up in a wide receiver position. He finds himself in the traditional tight end position now. Tight to the near side. Fortin going to hand off on the reverse. Sailor going to be brought down in the backfield. Looks like David Kepis got to Saylor quickly. Kepis from his defensive end position.
Second down from the 27-yard line.
Second and 14 on a 4-yard loss by Ronnie Saylor. Fortin in the shotgun. Twin receivers to both sides. Saylor in the backfield. Quick handoff to Coatney, who was split out. And he's brought down the backfield once again. That one looks like Kepis once again, I believe. Yeah, indeed it was. Kepis, a havoc in the backfield for the Harrow Celtics on this offensive drive. That brings it back 2 more yards. A 2-yard loss there on that carry by Coatney. 3rd and 16 with about 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. You're listening to live coverage of the St. Pius Warriors taking on the O'Hara Celtics live on 810varsity.com. Fortin in the shotgun. Twin receivers to both sides. Saylor in motion in the backfield. Fortin, he's got Kepis on his tail. Fortin going to roll out to the far side, take it himself. Looks like he's going to get about 1 yard on that play. Well covered downfield by the Warriors. That's going to set up a punt. Martin Thompson stopping Fortin before he could gain any significant yardage on that play. I'll actually say no gain by Fortin on the quarterback keeper. Minute 25 left here in the first quarter. Dennis setting up the punt. Looks like Limpari back. Dennis gets that one, looks like off the side of his foot. It's going to drop at the 48-yard line and bounce. Limpari will field it. He bobbles it. Comes up with it, though. So keeps it in favor of the Warriors. They're going to start from their own 38-yard line. Ronnie Saylor with the tackle. Almost coming up with the fumble recovery for the Celtics, which would have been hugely detrimental to the Warriors. They've had their struggles as they gave up the early touchdown on the first drive for the Celtics on their offensive end, and then they had the great field position, but were unable to punch it in, were the Warriors on their last offensive drive. Minute 6 left here in the first quarter. Gavin coming out with his Warrior squad. 1st and 10 from the Warriors' own 38-yard line. Twin receivers to the near side. Hammerly, the slot. Going to be a handoff to Kepis. Kepis going to be brought down in the backfield. He stood up. Looks like that's going to be a loss on the play of about 1 yard on the carry by Kepis. Aiden Nice with the tackle. First quarter almost coming to an end. We've got 45 seconds left here. We'll see if another play can get called off here by the Warriors. They'll have to get one more off as the shot clock, the play clock is at 20. Gavin under center. Going to drop back to pass, looking near side, bootleg roll. He's got Hammerly. Hammerly wide open. Looks like that one's going to be enough for a first down. 11-yard gain by Jake Hammerly. Ronnie Saylor with the coverage. But good enough for a first down. 21.2 seconds left here in the first quarter. O'Hara leading this one 7-0 over St. Pius. O'Hara got their touchdown on the first offensive drive for them, as we saw Brett Coatney run to start things off for the Celtics, and then they had a couple passes from 410 to Griffin. Looks like a timeout for measurement to see if they did indeed get the first down for the Warriors. The spot looks a little behind, actually, where Hammerly may have gotten it. I thought initially he got 11 yards, and mark him about 10, which would obviously be just enough for the first down. And by half the length of the football, the Warriors get a first down. They'll be at their own 48-yard line. .2 seconds left here in this first quarter. St. Pius trying to get a drive once again going on the offensive end. They had great field position on their third offensive series, their last one, unable to punch it in. A couple fourth downs. The last fourth down, they couldn't get enough on it. That one almost picked up by Dennis as he tried to break the route, but it's going to be good enough for a first down. Slung it over to Hammerly. Brought down by Jorge Belcher from his middle linebacker position. But Gavin to the flat for Hammerly, and Hammerly's been the go-to target for the junior Grant Gavin tonight. Gavin's targeted a couple other guys in Vutic and Lampari, but the main guy, Hammerly. Gavin under center, quick handoff to Kepis, who is lined up directly behind him. He bumbles up through the defensive line into the linebackers for O'Hara. Good for a 6-yard gain. Andrew Ringler with the carry. Looks like Tanner Hull in on the defensive tackle, but Andrew Ringel with that carry that time. It had been the workhorse David Kepis getting most of the carries for St. Pius thus far, but you saw Andrew Ringel get the carry there. Good for about a 6-yard gain. That'll be second down when we get second quarter going here momentarily. O'Hara leads this one 7-0 over St. Pius. Follow 810 Varsity on Facebook and Twitter. The rest of the season we'll choose a weekly winner for a $50 gift certificates to Best Buy, Nick and Jake's, and more. Follow 810 Varsity on Facebook and Twitter today. And you're listening to live coverage of the St. Pius Warriors take on the O'Hara Celtics live on 810varsity.com. You can follow the O'Hara Celtics on 810varsity.com throughout the rest of the season. We should be carrying most of their games throughout the rest of the year. This one a key matchup for both teams. It's homecoming for the Celtics, so they definitely want to win it to have some celebrations after the game. Make it a great homecoming. It's for the Crystal Cup as well. These two are rival schools. Different records, though, for both teams coming in tonight's contest. O'Hara sits at 4-0, ranked 20th in the 810 Varsity Top 25 poll, powered by the KC Command. St. Pius sits at 2-2 on the season as Gavin a handoff. This time it looks like to Kepis, straight up the middle. And Kepis with the handoff. Looks like that one's going to be good enough for a first down. That was good enough for a 4-yard gain and a first down for the St. Pius Warriors. Peyton Franklin with the tackle. But the Warriors seemingly have found something on offense, sprinkling in a few runs with Kepis and Ringel on the run here. Hammerly being the main target as far as wide receivers go. 11:49 left here in the first half of this contest. 7-0 is the score. O'Hara leading it over St. Pius. St. Pius driving, though. They're in Celtic territory on the 29-yard line. As Gavin in the shotgun drops back to pass. Got plenty of time. He's still trying to sling it. He finds Hammerly wide open. That one's going to be behind the defensive back, Griffin, and Hammerly just scoops it in for the touchdown. Griffin may have thought Hammerly was closer to him. Griffin fell down, and Hammerly came away with the catch. That's a touchdown. 29-yard pass from Gavin to Jake Hammerly. So line up for the extra point. L.J. Lapari kicking duties for St. Pius. Put through the uprights, and it goes. 7-7 is the score here in the second quarter with 11:36. So it's all knotted up in this rivalry game here at O'Hara High School between St. Pius Warriors and the O'Hara Celtics. Celtics struck first and early as they're on their first offensive drive with their touchdown, a 19-yard pass from Fortin to Griffin. St. Pius getting a touchdown there on their last offensive series. A 29-yard pass, Gavin to Harmony. Lampari to kick off for the Warriors. We'll see who the Celtics put back deep. Gabe Spencer back deep for the Celtics. You also got Coatney and Saylor back there as well. Lampari gets a boot on that one. Going to be tracked down about the 15-yard line. He's going to be brought down at the 30-yard line is Spencer. Sam Machino, Brett Keys with the tackle. 11:31 left here in the first half. All knotted up at 7 apiece. It was Monachino on the special teams tackle for the Warriors. Fortin in the shotgun. Got Coatney in the backfield. Fortin going to the far sideline. Coatney was the intended receiver. Pass intended for Brandon Dennis. Hammerly with the coverage. Coatney was the other split receiver on that play on the far side with Dennis for the Celtics. That brings up 2nd and 10 from the Celtics 30-yard line. Jake Fortin in the shotgun. Timeout for O'Hara. So timeout here with 11:27 left here in the first half. All knotted up at 7 apiece between the St. Pius Warriors and the O'Hara Celtics. Best Buy, a proud sponsor of the 810varsity.com. Get $20 off your next Best Buy purchase over $50 when you use your Reward Zone credit card. Visit Best Buy and save $20 today. So O'Hara calling a timeout here as it's 2nd and 10 from their own 30-yard line. They try to regain the lead. They struck first in this contest. 19-yard pass from Fortin to Griffin on the first offensive drive for the Celtics. St. Pius on their last offensive drive getting on the board with the touchdown. That one was a 29-yard pass from Grant Gavin to Jake Hammerly. Out of the timeout, we see Fortin. Looks like he's going to line up in the shotgun. Twin receivers to both sides. Griffin, the near side receiver. Dennis out far. Officials timeout. Maybe some equipment issues for the quarterback, Jake Fortin, on his helmet. Looks like that's all settled, and we'll get things back underway with 11:27 left here in this first half. Fortin has Saylor in the backfield. In motion is Coatney. Handoff to Saylor straight up the middle. Breaks one tackle and then going to be brought down by the defensive line for the Warriors. David Kepis in on the tackle. Also in there is Charlie Shera, is how you say it. Charlie Shera. Shera, the leading tackler for the Pius defense. 37 tackles as Fortin drops back, fires to Dennis. Dennis catches that one for a 12-yard gain. 11-yard gain for the first down. Tight end Brandon Dennis. Jake Hammerly with the tackle on Dennis, but good enough for a first down for the O'Hara Celtics, and they move the ball on 3rd and 9. There's a 1-yard gain by Ronnie Saylor on that last run before that 11-yard pass from Fortin. He's in the shotgun once again is Fortin. Saylor in motion, going to be handoff. This one going to work towards the near side. Brought down in the backfield immediately. Looks like Charlie Shera busted in from his linebacker position to break that one up in the backfield. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line of the Celtics. Jake Fortin in the shotgun. Saylor in the backfield. Coatney lined up as a split back. Griffin the near side receiver. Dennis the far side receiver. 10 minutes left here in the first half. Fake handoff to Saylor. Fortin fires quickly. Handoff. Dennis catches it. Tries to flip it back to one of his teammates. Flag on the play. That was a lateral. Clear lateral backwards. Dennis came up with the catch. It was a fumble as it wasn't picked up. That one, Spencer. Dennis tried to fire it back to Spencer to come up with the great play there. Spencer comes up limping, and a penalty flag on the play. Catch was made, then a fumble, so they'll rule it down where Spencer picked it up for the Celtics. So we'll go for about a 4-yard gain, though Dennis initially had about 8 yards on the initial catch. Spencer comes off the field limping, so we'll see if he can come back into the contest. The penalty gives the first down to the O'Hara Celtics nonetheless. They're going to move it up into Warrior territory. 36-yard line to be exact of the Warriors for the Celtics here as they start 1st and 10. Flags flying all over the place. Looks like a false start on the Celtics, so that backs them up 5 yards, gives the Warriors some of that penalty yardage they just gave up back. So it'll be 1st and 15 from the 41. 9:43 left here in the first half. Tied at 7 apiece between these two squads. Definitely been a back and forth pace. O'Hara dictated the pace of their defense early, got the initial score, and held St. Pius out of the end zone, but then gave up a touchdown here in the second. Fortin gets hit, but fires one, finds Coatney wide open. Coatney cuts back towards the middle. Now he cuts back again. Finally going to be brought down by Martin Thompson. But good enough for a first down as Coatney bumbles all the way down to the 12-yard line. Fortin comes up limping. He got hit in the backfield. I believe Brennan Jewell may have gotten a piece of Jake Fortin in the backfield as he fired that one up for Brett Coatney. Coatney snatched it out of the air and got the first down all the way down to the 12-yard line for the Celtics. Fortin in the shotgun, under center, hands off to Saylor straight up the middle. Good enough for a 5-yard gain on the play. Philip Vutich with the tackle. Jordan Wright also in on the play. 5-yard gain, officially 2nd and 5 now. Jordan White in on that last tackle. Pitch from Fortin to Coatney. Coatney cuts to the far side. Going to be down, looks like about the 2-yard line. About the 1-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 1 for Brett Coatney and the Celtics. They're within striking distance. That's good enough for a first down. 1st and goal at the 1. David Kepis keeping Coatney out of the end zone there. But the Celtics look primed to get their second touchdown of the contest as Fortin under center. 3 backs in the backfield. They load the backfield. Fortin on the quarterback keeper. Straight up the middle. And he gets it. Far sideline referee signals touchdown. Fortin on the quarterback keeper. Straight up the middle. Touchdown for the O'Hara Celtics. They take the lead. Julian Gidney comes in for the extra point. Saw an electric catch by Brandon Dennis that went for well over 40 yards on that offensive drive as Gidney puts up the extra point, and up through the uprights it goes. 14-7 now. The O'Hara Celtics regained the lead. Never trailed to have the Celtics here in the contest as they struck first. A 19-yard TD pass by Fortin to Griffin. And then St. Pius got on the board to tie it up at 7 apiece. 29-yard pass from Grant Gavin to Jake Hammerly. And then Jake Fortin just catching it in for the second TD for the Celtics of the game. That one coming on a 1-yard touchdown run. Quarterback keeper. 8:17 left here in the first half between these two squads. The St. Pius Warriors taking on the O'Hara Celtics, live on 810varsity.com. Ordering Mr. Goodsense is now quick and easy with Goodsense online ordering. Just log on to MrGoodsense.com and place your order today. Julian Gidley to kick off for the Celtics. Jake Hammerly to receive for the Warriors. Score 14-7 after the touchdown for the Celtics. Gidley puts that one on the ground. Going to be picked up there by Andrew Riggle on the near side. Looks like it's going to be about the 25-yard line where the Warriors will start off things here on the offensive drive. Warriors have been able to mix up a little bit of the run and pass on their last offensive drive that resulted in a touchdown. David Kepis being the primary ball carrier out of the backfield for the Warriors tonight. Andrew Riggle getting a few carries mixed in there as well. Gavin in the shotgun. Twin receivers both sides. Hammerly in motion. Going to be trips to the far side after that. Kepis shakes a couple tackles in the backfield. Going to get a few yards out of this one as he gets up into the second part of the O'Hara defense. Peter Briggs and Cardell Miller in on the tackle. Under 8 minutes left here in the first half. Kepis was hit in the backfield initially, but an ankle tackle couldn't bring him down by the Celtics defense, and a 5-yard gain resulted for the Warriors as Gavin finds himself under center. Quick handoff once again. This one to Riggle, but he's brought down in the backfield. Josh Snow. Andrew Riggle. Going to be a gain of nothing on the play. Third down and 5. 3rd and 6 after a 1-yard loss. Appeared that Riggle had got back to the line of scrimmage, but they'll say a 1-yard loss on the play. 7:12 left here in the first half. 14-7 is the score. The O'Hara Celtics leading this one over St. Pius Warriors. Gavin under center, drop back to pass. He's going to go roll out to the far side. Now back to the near side. Got some blocking, got some space. He's going to keep it himself. Calls out for a block from Kepis, who missed the block. Tanner Hull comes up after Kepis missed him and brought Gavin down. It's going to be only about a 3-yard gain on the play. Gavin had some space if Kepis would have possibly picked up Hull on the block. Hull just couldn't get to him, or Kepis couldn't get to Hull in just in time. So now it's going to be a punt on 4th and 4. Punt by Pius off the side of the foot, and it's going to take a Warriors bounce. Looks like all the way down to the 36-yard line of O'Hara. 6:14 left here in the first half. Celtics leading by a touchdown, 14-7. Went ahead on a 1-yard run by the quarterback, Jake Fortin. Had 2 rushing TDs before tonight's contest, so make it 3 now. And had 7 TDs through the air, and he's got 1 more tonight, so 8 now for the quarterback, Jake Fortin, through the air. That is touchdowns. Tonight's one going to Griffin. Fortin in the shotgun, fires to the near side, once again to Griffin. Griffin looks like he's going to get about 7 yards out of that pass play. Phil Vutic with the tackle along the near sideline. 2nd and 3 with under 6 minutes left here in the first half. Fortin going to line up under center. Have a tight end, tight right. This one going to be handoff to Coatney in the backfield, brought down. The Warriors well prepared for that one. Going to be about a 3-yard loss on the play. Charlie Shera with the tackle. As I mentioned, he's the leading tackler for the Warriors. 37 tackles on the season. An interception to his credit as well. No turnovers thus far for either team. So both teams keeping control of the ball really well as Fortin in the shotgun once again. Fires to his tight end, Dennis. Dennis got enough for the first down, it looks like. Going to be brought down. Hammerly in there amongst the squad. Sam Machachino also in on the tackle. We'll see where the official mark is by the referee. It looked like enough for the first down, and it is. Gain of about 5 on that catch. O'Hara at their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10 with 5 minutes left here in the first half. They lead by a touchdown, 14-7 over St. Pius. Fortin in the shotgun, calls for Saylor in the motion, hands it off to Coatney. Coatney breaks through, gets to the secondary, finally brought down, ankle tackle. Looks like Jake Hammerly. Jake Hammerly brings him down. Good enough for a first down run, though. 11 yards on the Coatney run. Went straight up the middle, did Coatney. Tried the deception by the Celtics, though, as it was a fake handoff to Saylor in the backfield by Fortin. Coatney on the end around. Straight up the gut for an 11-yard run. Officials timeout on the field, and then whistle blow this one back under play with 4:40 left here in this first half. The Celtics driving once again. Again, the end around. This one kept by Fortin. He almost got sacked in the backfield. Quarterback keeper definitely hit hard by Brennan Jewell. Brennan Jewell, the initial hit, and Charlie Shera brings Fortin down. Fortin pops right back up, so give him some credit there, as he took a lick from Charlie Shera and Brennan Jewell. Fortin able to get 1 yard out of that play. He was almost brought down the backfield for about a 7-yard loss. He'll be in the shotgun once again, wing backs for the Celtics. Fortin rolls out to the far side, looking for Dennis. That one's intercepted. Hammerly with it along the far sideline, stays in bounds, and it looks like he'll be out of bounds about the 25-yard line. Jake Hammerly with the interception. The pass intended for Brandon Dennis, the tight end. Dennis was down on the ground momentarily along that far sideline, but he's back up for the Celtics. But Celtics will have to go on defense now with 3:50 left here in the first half. After the interception, Celtics were moving the ball pretty efficiently on that offensive drive, but a first turnover of the contest. High snap, Gavin corrals it, going to go far sideline. That's going to be caught and brought down out of bounds. Looks like Hammerly once again with the reception. Hammerly has been the go-to guy for Gavin. I'm not sure if officially any other receivers have been credited with a catch. Ronnie Saylor with the tackle, driving Hammerly out of bounds on the far sideline. 5-yard gain on the pass. It's Gavin in the shotgun. Twin receivers both sides. Kepis in the backfield. Kepis with some blocks. Fortin fires near side. This one going to be snagged. Tackle by Tanner Hull. Frank McCoy with the reception. McCoy not known for catching a lot of passes. The main 3 targets for Gavin has been Phil Vutich, Jake Hammerly, and LJ Limpara throughout the season. But McCoy comes in. He's going to check out this time now, and comes up with a catch. Official timeout for a measurement. Looks like there's enough for a first down by just about a nose from what I can tell. We'll see if the Warriors get it credited. If not, it'll be 3rd and inches for the Warriors, if not credited with the first down on the Frank McCoy catch. 3:34 left here in first half action. Just by a nose, St. Pius gets the first down. They're at their own 35-yard line, and they trail by a touchdown as the O'Hara Celtics lead this one at home 14-7 here in the first half. Gavin in the shotgun, trip receivers to the far side. Those receivers, Jake Hammerly, the far farthest, Phil Vucic and LJ Lampara. Gavin drops back to pass. He's got Kepis as a blocker. Dennis in his face. That one fired to the sideline. Closest receiver, it looks like, is Philip Vucic to it. But Brandon Dennis with some great pressure right in the face of Grant Gavin. So Gavin had to just air that one up in the air and out of play. So an incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10 from the Warriors 35. Gavin will be in the shotgun once again. Same formation, trip receivers to the far side. Kepis in the backfield. Now man in motion. That is Lampari to the near side. Gavin quickly fires. That one hit by Dennis. Pass incomplete. Not called a lateral, so if it was, it would have been a fumble by Gavin. But pass incomplete by Grant Gavin. 3rd and 10 now. Warriors going to have to air it out for the first down here. They need to get to their own 45-yard line to keep this drive going. 3:23 left here in the first half. Gavin with twin receivers to both sides. Kepis in the backfield once again. Gavin drops back to pass. Breaks one tackle. Now he's going to try to sling it. Slings it over the head of Hammerly. Good defense by Cardell Miller. Cardell Miller on the coverage as the pass intended for Hammerly sailed over his head from Gavin. That's going to bring up 4th and 10. Punting unit on the field now for St. Pius. Martin Thompson, the punter, averaging about 37 yards a punt this season for the Warriors. Punts this one off with 3:16 left here in the first half. Pius just going to watch it bounce. And going to be downed at the 34-yard line. O'Hara will start off this offensive series on their own 34. Plenty of time to try to get another strike on the board for the Celtics and take a 2-touchdown lead instead of the 1-touchdown lead they have to halftime. 3 minutes left in this half. Celtics leading it 14-7. 19-yard TD pass from Fortin to Griffin, getting things underway, the scoring of this contest, and then a 1-yard touchdown run by Fortin. Those are the 2 touchdowns for the Celtics. A 29-yarder pass from Gavin to Hammerly, with the TD for St. Pius. Saylor with the run, no gain on the play. Brennan Jewell and Jacob Keeler in on the tackle. Under 3 here left in this first half. 2nd and 10 for the Celtics from their own 35. Fortin in the shotgun. Quick fire over to Dennis. Dennis snatches down. He breaks a tackle. He's at the 50. Now the 40. Going to be brought down. Ankle tackle on the far sideline. Brought down at the 35-yard line of the Warriors. Sam Matsuchino as well as Cole Modena in on the tackle. 2:31 left here in this first half. And a huge play there by the tight end Brandon Dennis. As it was a short pass for about 7 yards, and then yards after the catch coming there for the tight end. Fortin rolls out to the near side. Bootleg going to fire over to Coatney. Coatney comes up with a reception and up for the first down. He's at the 20. Breaks a couple more tackles. He breaks a few more. Ankle tackle brought down about the 9-yard line. Andrew Riggle with the tackle. Probably a touchdown-saving tackle by Andrew Riggle. 2:15 left here in this first half, and O'Hara finds themselves in the red zone once again at the Warriors' 9-yard line. O'Hara with a chance to increase their 1-touchdown lead. Fortin will be under center. Hands off to Ronnie Saylor. He's going to be brought down the backfield. Maybe a gain about 1 on the play. Charlie Shura with that tackle on Saylor. Going to be 2nd and 9. 2nd and goal with 8 yards to go, excuse me. Fortin under center once again. 3-back set in the backfield. Hand off to Coatney this time, and he's brought down quickly. That one looks like Charlie Shura once again. So the Celtics trying the stable of different running backs in the backfield here on the first and second downs and goal. So it brings down 3rd and goal for the Celtics. 8 yards to go to pay dirt for the O'Hara Celtics as Fortin lines up in the same formation. This time he's going to roll out to the far side, though. Throw a pass, back to the end zone, looks for Dennis. Dennis corrals it, and a touchdown! The tight end, Brandon Dennis, gets his 5th touchdown of the season, and the Celtics increase their lead. 2 touchdowns, pinning the extra point lead for the Celtics. Gidley will come on to hit the extra point. Dennis just used his size there to muscle in the pass and the catch reception for a TD. Gidley with the extra point. That one blocked, and down it goes. Blocked by Charlie Shura. So instead of a 14-point lead, it'll be a 13-point lead with 56.2 seconds left here in this first half. That 13-point lead going in favor of the home team, the O'Hara Celtics. Another touchdown pass for Fortin. This time to his other favorite receiver, his tight end, Brandon Dennis. Good for an 8-yard pass. So 2 TD passes in this first half by Jake Fortin. One to his wide receiver, DJ Griffin, on a 19-yard pass. And then an 8-yard pass coming there to his tight end, Brandon Dennis. Celtics lead this one 20-7 over St. Pius. St. Pius, their lone touchdown on a 29-yard pass by Grant Gavin to Jake Hammerly. St. Pius has had some other big plays, just the blocked extra point there, as Gidley now gets this back underway in the kickoff. Another low kickoff. This one going to be picked up by Kepis. Kepis got some room. He breaks some tackles. Nice block. He's past the 50 at the 45. Going to be brought down about the 40-yard line of the Celtics. So a little pooch kick by the Celtics not paying off for him there, as it's going to result in great field position for the Warriors. Cardell Miller forcing Kepis out of bounds. But Kepis will find themselves at their Celtics 41-yard line. 45.7 seconds left here in the first half. So still a little bit of time for the Warriors to try to get a score on the board. Timeout called by the O'Hara Celtics. You want to see head coach Jim DeMarna, who's in his 8th season for the Celtics, sketch up the defense, make sure they don't give up any big plays to the Warriors of St. Pius. You got to think that St. Pius will try to air it out behind the arm of Grant Gavin, who has been able to sling it around a little bit after stalling out on the first 2 offensive series for the Warriors. They've been able to move the ball, only catching in for 1 touchdown, though. But Gavin has found his primary receiver in senior Jake Hammerly, who caught the 29-yard TD, but Hammerly's been the go-to target. So if you're the Celtics, you got to make sure you at least have 1 defensive back on Hammerly. Maybe shade a safety his way as well, because you got to think Gavin will be looking towards him. Frank McCoy had a great catch on the last offensive series for the Warriors. We'll see who they line up at the wide receiver position. Got Lampari, Hammerly, as well as Vutic to the far side with the trip receivers. Kepis in the backfield, Gavin in the shotgun, 45 seconds. Hand off to Kepis. Wasn't expecting that from the Warriors. They run it. Looks like it's going to be good enough for a first down. 38 seconds left here in the contest. Clock will stop for a reset of the first down markers, but you see St. Pius quickly get to the line of scrimmage. Gavin in the shotgun once again. Twin receivers both sides. 11-yard scamper by Kepis. Gavin now going to go to the air. He's going to roll to the far side. He's got plenty of space if he wants to run, but he fires the pass. Hammerly comes up with a catch. 12-yard gain and a first down out of bounds with 25.5 seconds left here in the first half. So St. Pius going to be first and 10 from the 17. So St. Pius can get one more first down before they punched it into the end zone, but they've only got 25.5 seconds left here in the half to try to punch it in. Gavin in the shotgun, got Hammerly in motion. Hand off to Kepis. He's going to run up straight up the middle. Gets to the linebackers, and going to be brought down. David Kepis brought down quickly. St. Pius getting to the line of scrimmage. 11 seconds. Gavin now going to just spike it. Gavin spikes it for the Warriors to keep it play. 7.7 seconds left on the clock. May be surprised that Gavin didn't try to sling it through the air. Head coach Rick Bryars calling a run to try to catch the O'Hara defense off guard with Kepis on the last play, but that allowed some time to tick off the clock. 7.7. This might be the last play of the half. Gavin in the shotgun, twin receivers to the near side. Actually, both sides. Gavin fires that one. Looked like he had a wide open man. Nice job by Saylor with the coverage. Pass incomplete, intended for Jake Hammerly. Fourth down. That's going to leave 1.2 seconds. Just enough time for a field goal attempt. L.J. Lapari officially will be his first field goal attempt of the season. Just has taken the extra point attempts thus far. And Pari lines this one up. Puts it up and looks like that one's going to be good. Right down the uprights, almost right down the middle. Nice job by L.J. Lampari to get some points on the board for the St. Pius Warriors before halftime, but that takes us to halftime. 20-10 is the score. The O'Hara Celtics leading this one over the St. Pius Warriors here at O'Hara High School as it's homecoming for the Celtics. They're battling for the Crystal Cup are these two teams. O'Hara is 4-0 on the season. And St. Pius is 2-2 on the year. But as we head to half, it is 20-10. The O'Hara Celtics leading this one over St. Pius Warriors live on 810varsity.com.
Robert and Geraldine Dussler family, the Henry and Marguerite Dussler family.
And welcome back here live on 810varsity.com. Mike Smith behind the mic tonight for the St. Pius Warriors at O'Hara Celtics. The O'Hara Celtics find themselves with a 10-point lead at the half, about to get the second half underway, just about a minute 30 before the second half will start. It's homecoming, as I mentioned here, for the O'Hara Celtics. Had some homecoming festivities at halftime. These two squads play for what they call the Crystal Cup. It's a rivalry matchup between these two. They both come in a little bit different circumstances for each other. The O'Hara Celtics riding a 4-game winning streak to start off the season. They're 4-0, 3-0 in the West Central League, which leads the league. St. Pius Warriors, they're 2-2 overall, 2-1 in the West Central League. They're second place behind O'Hara in the league. So this is a battle for first place in the league as well. So definitely a lot on the line between these two squads. Both came in, O'Hara averaging about 34 points a game. St. Pius 28.8 points per game. Pius a little bit different on the defensive end. They give up about 26.8 points per game, where O'Hara only gives up 17.5. So according to the scoreboard, right on schedule about those averages for those two teams. We'll go over the scoring plays here, how we got to the score of 20-10, O'Hara leading. O'Hara struck first with a 19-yard touchdown pass from senior quarterback Jake Fortin to one of his senior wide receivers, DJ Griffin, one of the primary targets for Fortin on the season. St. Pius tied it up at 7 apiece with a 29-yard pass from their quarterback, junior Grant Gavin, to his wide receiver, a senior Jake Hammerly. Hammerly, that's his 5th TD catch of the season. O'Hara regained the lead 14-7 with a 1-yard Fortin run, that coming after a huge 40-plus yard catch by the tight end Brandon Dennis on that offensive drive to lead to that 1-yard quarterback Fortin run for the TD. 14-7 then after that. Sprinkle in an interception for Jake Fortin as well. Jake Hammerly getting the interception for St. Pius. And the Warriors couldn't get anything out of that turnover. That's the lone turnover for either team in the first contest, or in the first half. Then an 8-yard pass, a little scamper by Fortin before he threw the pass to his tight end Brandon Dennis in the far side of the end zone just a little bit before halftime, minute under the clock when the Celtics put that one on board. The extra point was blocked by Charlie Shura of the Warriors. So it was a great play by Shura to keep an extra point off the board for the Celtics. That's how they got 20 on the board for O'Hara. But right before the halftime, St. Pius able to take about 52 seconds left on the clock and march down the field. They thought they could try to punch it in for a touchdown, but to no avail. They lined up for a 32-yard field goal, and L.J. Lampari put it through the uprights. Good for 3, and that's how we went into the halftime, 20-10. That's where we stand now, just about to get this second half underway. Need a realtor in the Northland you can trust? Ken Hoover treats the needs of you and at a down-to-earth level. Call Ken today and get the most out of your next move. Call Ken Hoover at 816-210-2027 or visit online at kenhooversells.com. Listening to live coverage of the St. Pius Warriors taking on the O'Hara Celtics live on 810varsity.com. You can follow 810varsity on Facebook and Twitter. The rest of the season we'll choose a weekly winner for $50 gift certificates to Best Buy, Nick and Jake's, and more. Follow 810varsity on Facebook and Twitter today. You follow 810varsity, you get score updates from all around the metro, Missouri side, KC side as well. Plenty of games covered and broadcast on Friday nights. a slew of squads broadcast through both states for online broadcast on 810varsity.com. And tonight we have the St. Pius Warriors against the O'Hara Celtics. Second half just about to get underway. Captains going out to midfield to meet each other. 20-10 is the score. O'Hara offense will be on the field first as they selected to defer in the first half. The Celtics leading this one by 10, 20-10 over the Warriors. O'Hara able to stop the Warriors on the first few drives on offense for St. Pius in that first half. Then St. Pius able to get the offense moving behind David Kepis in the backfield and their quarterback Grant Gavin. Been able to sling the ball a little bit, mainly to his senior wide receiver Jake Hammerly. Hammerly's got the touchdown catch from Grant Gavin. On the O'Hara side of the ball has been spread out just a little bit more. Brett Coatney and Ronnie Saylor out of the backfield have been able to run it, get a few big plays out of it, and sprinkle in just a few plays for 1 to 3 yard gains. But definitely need those types of plays as well for any team. And in the passing game, you've seen Jake Fortan throw 2 touchdown passes here tonight to his favorite wideouts, or his favorite wideout DJ Griffin and his favorite tight end Brandon Dennis. Gabe Spencer also getting in the mix a little bit as well. He came up injured in that first half. We'll see if he comes back out in the second half to be a part of the O'Hara offense. Thanks for tuning in here tonight on 810varsity.com for the St. Pius O'Hara High School football game. This game will be archived on the website as well, so you will be able to watch it at a later date. Should be up within the next few days after tonight's contest. As I said, O'Hara will start off with the ball as they elected to defer in the first half, so they will start off on offense here in the second. L.J. Lapari to kick off for St. Pius. Ronnie Seiler, the deep man for the Celtics. And the second half is underway. Lapari puts that one behind his foot. Going to be fielded by Coatney at the 15. Coatney goes through everybody. Going to be brought down, looks like, at the 36-yard line. T.J. Murray with the tackle on the special teams for St. Pius Warriors. O'Hara to start off things here on the offensive side here in the second half. They'll start from their own 36, ahead by 10. They've scored 3 touchdowns in the game, had the extra point of the third touchdown blocked, so that's how they stand at 20. Fortin in the shotgun formation, end around. Seiler going to get it. He breaks a couple tackles. Looks like he's going to go for about 7 yards on the play. Ronnie Seiler, some deceptive moves out of the backfield. He's the leading rusher on the squad for O'Hara. Brandon Jewell with the tackle for the Warriors. Seiler, 417 yards coming into tonight's contest for the Celtics. Fortin in the shotgun formation, wing back set once again. Fortin going to drop back, quick pass to Dennis. Dennis scoops it up. We'll see if it's incomplete or not. It was down in the dirt. Incomplete is the call on the pass. Dennis went down for it. Thought he may have gotten his hands underneath, but the referees disagree and say no catch. 3rd and 2 after what was an 8-yard run by Seiler. 11-17 left to go here in the third quarter, just getting the second half underway. first offensive series. Fortin's going to hand off to Saylor. Saylor's got the space. He's got wide open space. He's at the 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown! Ronnie Saylor gets on the board. Quick strike for the O'Hara Celtics here in the second half. 26-10 now, and an extra point pending for the Celtics. But Ronnie Saylor, as I just mentioned, the leading rusher for the Celtics, over 400 yards, and bust a huge run off there. Over 60 yards on the scamper by the running back, Ronnie Saylor. Gidley for the extra point, gets that one up. Not blocked that time, and through the uprights. So 27-10. O'Hara leading this one as they strike first on their offensive set here in this second half. So they struck on their first offensive series in the first half, and they strike on their first offensive series in the second half, do the Celtics, and they lead by 17 now over the St. Pius Warriors. Live here on 810varsity.com. Nick and Jake's, real food, honest drink. Nick and Jake's, the proud title sponsor of 810varsity.com, located in Parkville and in the Parkville Commons, and in Overland Park on 135th Street, or visit us online at nickandjakes.com. So after the O'Hara touchdown on a run by Ronnie Saylor, Jalen Gidley will set up on the kickoff. Hammerly appears to be the deep man for the Warriors. Gidley puts all behind that one. Hammerly's going to field it at the 7. Hammerly going to go to the near sideline and be brought out about the 22-yard line. Nice job by Tanner Hull to bring down Hammerly. So St. Pius will start off their first offensive series from their own 22 with 11 minutes left here in the third quarter. St. Pius finds themselves in a deeper hole than they did at half. They were down by 10 at the half, but O'Hara puts a quick strike score on the board to start off things in the third quarter. And St. Pius finds themselves down by 17. Grant Gavin under center. Twin receivers to the far side. Dual backs in the backfield. It's like handoff Kepis. Kepis straight up the middle. Brought down by Tanner Hull. Gain of 1 on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Warriors. 10:40 left here in the third quarter. Gavin under center once again. Twin receivers to the far side. Phil Vutic, the near receiver. Fired quickly, almost intercepted. Brandon Dennis almost getting his hands on that one. Pass intended for Andrew Riggle out of the backfield. But pass incomplete. That brings up 3rd and 9. 27-10. The O'Hara Celtics leading this one. They've got the home field's advantage tonight as they're playing at O'Hara High School in Kansas City, Missouri. Live here on 810varsity.com. Gavin under center, going to drop back to pass. He's got plenty of space to the near side. He's going to fire down the far near sideline, looking for Phil Vutic. Incomplete pass, double covered. Like Cardell Miller with some coverage, as well as Brett Coatney in the mix there as well. So Gavin firing into double coverage. That brings up 4th down on the incompletion. It's pass intended for Vutic. So you see O'Hara showcasing the defense like they did on the first few series in that first half. Punt by Thompson. It's like this one's going to be fielded by Coatney. He bobbles it, picks it up. Going to take it now towards the near side. Looking back to get to the 40. Going to be brought down about the 37-yard line, but he fumbled the ball. Managed to pick it up and gain about 2 yards on it. Joe McCoy with the special teams tackle for the Warriors. So with 10 minutes left here in the third quarter, O'Hara finds themselves with the ball once again. Second offensive series for the Celtics here in the second half. Able to put a touchdown on the board with the first one. We'll see if the Celtics can continue their offensive success with Fortin under center. Double tight, triple running backs in the backfield. Coatney handoff, and that one going to be brought down. Looks like no gain as Coatney took that one. Jacob Kelleher and the defensive line for the Warriors with that tackle. No gain on the play, as I said. Second and 10 now from the 37-yard line. It's the 37-yard line of the Celtics. Fortin in the shotgun. Motion is Saylor. Fire down the middle. Dennis catches that one. Nice job by the defense to knock him down immediately. Frank McCoy. But Brandon Dennis corrals it for the pass. Looks like an 8-yard gain. Third down and 2 for the Celtics. Fortin going to be under center. He's got the triple running back in the backfield. Handoff to Saylor, and Saylor gets the first down and a few more. Gain of about 3 on the play. And he brought down right about midfield. Here's Ronnie Saylor. 9:14 left here in this third quarter. Celtics driving once again on their second offensive series here in the second half. O'Hara leads this one by 17, 27-10. Fortin bobbles the snap. Going to fire a pass, looking for Griffin near sideline. He gets it. Griffin comes up with the catch. Going to be brought down by Phil Vutit. But Griffin gets the first down and plenty more. Brought down at the 23-yard line of the Warriors. 27-yard pass there by Fortin to the wideout DJ Griffin. Griffin getting the first score of the contest on a 19-yard pass from Fortin in the first half. Fortin going to be under center once again. The 3 running back set. This time handoff to Saylor. Saylor going to bust up into the linebacking core. Gain of about 5 on that play there. Well, they'll only give him about 4, looks like. So second and 6 after the Saylor carry. Celtics inside the red zone once again. Handoff to Brett Coatney, a pitch towards the far sideline, brought down in the backfield. David Kepis in the backfield. He's been wreaking some havoc when he gets some space. Kepis on the defensive end position. He's a senior. Had 1 sack coming into today's contest. Got 3 or 4 tackles for loss here tonight. So he got 1 there. A 3-yard loss on the Coatney carry. Fortin in the shotgun, wing-back formation. Fake handoff to Saylor. Fortin drops back to pass. Looking for Coatney, far sideline, going to catch it. Coatney going to look like he might fall in the end zone. Coatney gets the touchdown for the O'Hara Celtics. Martin Thompson with the coverage. Also Frank McCoy in there in the mix as well. But Brett Coatney, great catch as the pass was beautifully placed by Jake Fortin. Fortin, the rainbow arcing pass for his running back Coatney out of the backfield for a touchdown. Now 33-10. Gidley going to have the extra point here. So on a 3rd and 9 play, O'Hara goes deep and Coatney gets the touchdown. Gidley puts the extra point up. On about a 23-yard pass from Fortin to Brent Coatney. So Fortin been dealing it through the air. 3 touchdown passes for him here tonight. That makes 10 on the season for the senior. 1 on the ground as well for Jake Fortin. So he's been involved in just about every scoring play, minus the Ronnie Saylor run. That was a 60-plus yard run.
Kicking off for O'Hara is number 17, Julian Gidley.
Get $20 off your next Best Buy purchase, over $50 when you use your Reward Zone credit card. Visit Best Buy and save $20 today. Gidley with the next kickoff is 2 offensive series for the Celtics here in this second half and 2 touchdowns put on the board. Gidley gets all of that one with his foot, going to be fielded at the 5. That one by Vutic. Vutic going to work up the far sideline. Looked like Belcher. And Belcher indeed with the special teams coverage. Vutic brings it up 25 yards. So the St. Pius Warriors will start about their own 30-yard line here with 7:29 left in the third quarter. Well, they find themselves down by 24 now. At halftime, they were only trailing by 10. They came away with what you thought might give them momentum and getting a 32-yard field goal by their kicker, L.J. Lampari, who serves as a wide receiver as well. Gavin under center. Double running backs. Looks like Dennis comes up for a blitz. But handoff straight up the middle. David Kippis with the carry. Good for about 3 yards. Tanner Hull on the stop. Peter Briggs also in on the mix for the O'Hara Celtics. Dennis left the man open, but he came out as Gavin drops back to pass. Quick pass. That one through the hands of everybody, but going to be caught. Pass complete. It looked like it was intended for Harmony. And the pass was actually brought in by Tanner Burns, a backup tight end that hasn't seen too much action tonight. The Burns comes up with the deflection catch, and good enough for a first down and into Celtic territory does the St. Pius Warriors go. They're going to find themselves at the 46-yard line of the Celtics. Gavin in the shotgun. Delayed handoff to Kepis. He's got some space. Tries a spin move. Belcher wraps him up. Nice, solid tackle. That's a fundamental tackle right there. If you're head coach Jim DeMara for O'Hara, you've got to love that tackle by your middle linebacker, George Belcher. Good enough for a 4-yard gain, though, by Kepis and the Warriors, as Gavin's in the shotgun once again. Kepis was back there. Gavin drops back to pass. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. Peter Briggs with the sack. First sack of the contest for either squad. That's going to be a loss on the play. Looks like a loss of about 6 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 12. Under 6 here left in the third quarter. St. Pius trailing by 24 to O'Hara. Third and 12 after the sack by Peter Briggs of the Celtics. Gavin in the shotgun. Quick pass. Penalty flag thrown. That play is blown dead. Hammerly was open along the far sideline, as Gavin tried to fire it over to him quickly. But it looks like it's going to be a false start on the Warriors. False start is the call on the Warriors. Another 5-yard penalty. They move backwards, this time back into their own territory. So they're on their own 47-yard line now. 3rd and 17 is the play. Gavin drops back to pass. He's going to fire to Kepis. Kepis going to be brought down in the backfield. George Belcher once again. Belcher has been able to come up with some big tackles here. On this offensive set for the Warriors, as we see the Warriors staying with their main offensive set. Gavin in the shotgun. We saw this in the first half. Gavin ended up just coming up with a punt. Thompson, the normal punter. Gavin going to drop back to pass. He's going to sling this one. Far sideline looking for Hammerly. No good on that one. Sailor. Sailor with the coverage. And Sam Monachino, the intended receiver, I believe, on that last pass, not Jake Hammerly. Hammerly has been the intended receiver most of the night for Gavin. And he's come up with some great catches, has Jake Hammerly. The touchdown catch for St. Pius in the first half came by the hands of Jake Hammerly. But O'Hara will take over on downs in Warrior territory. Fortin drops back to pass. He's got 3 Warriors defenders in his face. Fires this one. Tries to find hole. Looks like there's going to be pass interference call. Jacob Keeler with the coverage, with the pressure. Pass interference on the Warriors. It was Martin Thompson with the coverage on Tanner Hull. So he's the one whistled for that pass interference call. And that's going to give an automatic first down to the O'Hara Celtics. The 29-yard line of the Warriors is where the ball will be spotted for the O'Hara. So O'Hara, some good field position once again. Their 3rd offensive series here in this second half. Scored on the first 2. 3 running backs in the backfield. Hand off to Sailor. Sailor gets about 3 yards on the play on the handoff from Fortin. 4:28 left here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Celtics. Celtics going to line up with Fortin under center once again. The 3 running back set. Coatney, Sailor. Hand off to Coatney. Coatney breaks through everybody. Gets past the secondary. Going to be brought down eventually, though, by Jake Hammerly. Might be enough for a first down. Probably have a timeout for measurement here by the referees as they try to eyeball this one and see if they're going to give the first down. Timeout for measurement indeed. So we'll see if the O'Hara Celtics do get granted the first down on the 2nd down run by Brett Coatney. Appears to have went for just about 7 yards, so just enough would have been for a first down if that is where the spot of the ball. Indeed it is. First down by just about half a football length. So 1st and 10 from the 19 of the Warriors for the Celtics. 34-10, O'Hara leading this one over St. Pius, live on 810varsity.com. O'Hara finds himself in the 3 running back set once again. Fortin going to hand off to Coatney straight up the middle. He's met immediately by the defensive line for the Warriors. Charlie Shura with that tackle right there. He comes up from his linebacker position to get the tackle. Belter, who was lined up in on the offensive side, on the offensive line, is an extra blocker, comes off limping for the Celtics. This one a pitch, handoff to Sailor. Sailor's got some space, going to be tripped up by Vutic. Vutic with the trip up. Ultimately brought down, though, by Andrew Riglow. Going to be 3rd down and about 2 yards for the Celtics to continue this drive on offense. 3 minutes left here in this 3rd quarter. The Celtics have been all over the field on the defensive end and the offensive end, dictating the pace here in this 3rd quarter. They've increased their lead to 24. 34-10 is the score. O'Hara leading over St. Pius. Fortin under center, handoff to Sailor once again, straight up the gut. Brought down by a slew of tacklers. O'Hara has tried to run it up the middle quite a bit tonight. Panned out in about just a few yards most of the plays, but there were a couple plays where Coatney and Sailor broke through the middle. able to rattle off just enough for a first down and some big runs. Saylor has the biggest run of the night, a 60-plus yarder. It's Fortin going to take a quarterback keeper, pushing it all the way up. He fumbles in the end zone, but he's going to be down. Touchdown, Jake Fortner. The quarterback keeper just straight through down the gut. His offensive lineman led the way, and Fortner gets it in for another touchdown. Gidley on for the extra point. Deception there as O'Hara lined up in the 3 running back set once again. So you got to think that St. Pius was expecting a handoff to one of those running backs in the backfield, which was Coatney and Saylor, who have had the dose of the carries, and Hull was in the backfield as well. Gidley with the extra point puts this one through the uprights. It's 41-10 now. After Jake Fortin with another run. Good for his second rushing TD in tonight's contest. Fortner has been involved in about every touchdown for the O'Hara Celtics. He's thrown for 3, rushed for 2, and then you add in the Ronnie Saylor 60-plus yarder that he ran in. And that's how you get to the 41 points. Every extra point made by Julian Gidley except one that was blocked just before halftime. St. Pius really unable to do anything on the offensive side here in this third quarter. Got 2 minutes left in that third quarter to try to get something going on offense, does the Warriors. They were able to move the ball about their third offensive series in that first half, not effectively being able to punch it in the end zone. They only got 1 touchdown, and then they got the 32-yard field goal by Lampari before halftime. Gidley with the kickoff, going to try to pooch this one once again. This one picked up. Looks like Martin Thompson picks it up right about the 30-yard line. He's still on his feet. Thought he was going to be brought down about the 35, but gets a few more yards. Going to be marked down about the 38. So with a minute 53 left here in the third quarter, St. Pius tries to get something moving on the offensive end. They're in their own 38-yard line. They haven't really been able to move the ball on their offensive end, have the Warriors here in this second half. They mixed in David Kepis, as well as a little bit of Andrew Riggle, in the first half in the backfield, and Jake Harmley, the main pass catcher in that first half for St. Pius. That play's blown dead before it can get anywhere. Usually when that happens, it's in the vicinity of an offensive penalty, typically a false start. Get the official word from the referee. False start on St. Pius. Penalties have hurt the Warriors here in tonight's contest as well. I believe only 1 penalty called against O'Hara in tonight's contest, but St. Pius has had a handful of penalties called against them, a pass interference being a costly one on the defensive side last defensive series, as Gavin gets brought down in the backfield. Tanner Hull comes unblocked from the far side. Tanner Hull, wow, he came busting in there from his linebacker position. That's his first sack of the season for Tanner Hull. Second sack of the game for the O'Hara defense. So with a minute 30 left here in the third quarter. Be second and long for the Warriors. Gavin's going to line up under center. Twin receivers to the far side. Now Hammerly, in motion. Hand off to Kepis. Kepis breaks a couple tackles, still on his feet. Almost back to the line of scrimmage, about 4 yards shy of that one. Belcher with the tackle. It was 2nd and 23 after that sack. Now it's going to bring up third down and about 14. So about a 9-yard gain by Kepis out of the backfield. Twin receivers both sides for the Warriors on 3rd and 14. Gavin drops back. Going to find a wide open Lampari to the near side. Pass complete. Short of the first down, though. Looks like about 3 yards short. That's going to bring up 4th down. We'll see if the Warriors going to use this momentum they have in the last couple plays to stay on the field. Brett Coatney pushing Lampari out of bounds before the first down. So Coatney well aware of his surroundings there to make sure Lampari couldn't get the first down. Gavin will line up under center, stay on the field for the Warriors, does the offense. Twin receivers both sides. Looks like Kepis in the backfield behind Gavin. 36 seconds left here in the third quarter. Gavin drops back. That one batted down by Brandon Dennis. Second pass breakup for Brandon Dennis. That's going to be a turnover on downs as it was 4th and 2 for the Warriors on their own 46-yard line. So the Celtics will take over on that 46-yard line with about 32 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Kansas City Command season tickets for the 2012 Arena Football League season at the Sprint Center are now on sale. Call 855-KC Arena. Fortin lines up in under center, the three running back set, but Fortin's going to drop back. He's going to keep it himself, working to the near side. Brought down, out of bounds. Fortin tried to get out of bounds before he could be brought down. Martin Thompson got a piece of him. Fortin going to get 1 yard on that. Tried the end around towards the near side. Looked like the design run for Jake Fortin. 2nd and 9 with 25 seconds left here in the third quarter. The O'Hara Celtics leading 41-10 over the St. Pius Warriors. This game was only a 10-point game at half as a handoff to Saylor. Saylor breaks the tackle. He fumbles. Hammerly punches it loose. St. Pius will end up with the ball, looks like. We'll see who ends up with it. Looks like actually DJ Griffin comes sliding in. There was 4 St. Pius players around that football. DJ Griffin, though, the wide receiver, comes up with the recovery. So it bodes well there for the O'Hara Celtics as they advance the ball. The catch was made, but then fumbled. Or, excuse me, the run was there by Saylor. All the way good for a first down, but then the fumble as Jake Hammerly punched it loose. And 4 Warriors surrounded the ball but couldn't come up with the possession for St. Pius. So they don't get their, what would have been their second turnover on the Celtics. Celtics keep the ball and possession moving here. They're close to the red zone as it's about fourth quarter. Fourth quarter will start here momentarily. Ordering GoodCents is now quick and easy with GoodCents online ordering. Just log on to MrGoodCents.com and place your order today. So after 3, it's 41-10. O'Hara Celtics leading this one at home over the St. Pius Warriors. Warriors came in tonight's contest 2-2 on the season, 2-1 in league play, that is the West Central League. The O'Hara Celtics 4-0 on the season, 3-0 in league play, West Central League as well. O'Hara is leading the league, with St. Pius right behind them though, so this one definitely a key matchup for positioning in the West Central League. O'Hara ranked 20th in the 810 varsity top 25 power poll, powered by KC Command. They're also ranked 10th in Class 3 in the Missouri polls. They've almost totaled their win output of last year, which they will do if they come away with a victory, which here tonight. They'll total the same wins they had last year, which was 5. They would start off 5-0 if they come away with a win after this fourth quarter here. The Celtics have the ball. Fortin will be under center. The 3 running backs set in the backfield once again. Hull the fullback. Saylor and Coatney the running backs. Referees asking for the music to be shut off so they can get the fourth quarter underway. But 41-10 is the score here as the O'Hara Celtics lead this one over St. Pius Warriors. Fortin almost bobbles a snap. It looks like a handoff to Coatney, and he's brought down the backfield, a 2-yard loss on the play. So the Celtics start off the fourth quarter with a 2-yard loss. David Kepis with the tackle. 2nd and 12 for the Celtics. Fortin under center once again. Double tight. We had the running backs in the backfield once again. This one slung over to Dennis, it looks like. Dennis going to rumble and bubble all the way to the end zone. Will he be in the end? He's in there. Brandon Dennis in the end zone. Frank McCoy on the coverage. Dennis comes up limping on the play. He's down along the near sideline. That's going to be Dennis's second touchdown catch. 22-yard reception there by Brandon Dennis. So the O'Hara Celtics continue the offensive outpour of points here in this second half. Scored 20 points in the first half, did the Celtics of O'Hara, and led by 10 at half. But they've managed to put up 27 here thus far in this second half and hold the St. Pius Warriors scoreless. False start on the extra point by the Celtics, so they'll back it up 5 yards and try the extra point. Julian Gidley only missing one extra point here tonight, but that was courtesy of a Charlie Shera block. He smashed through the line and blocked that one. He made that one, though. So 48-10 is the score here in the fourth quarter with 11:17 left in the contest. O'Hara Celtics leading this one by 28 points over the St. Pius Warriors. Get $20 off your next Best Buy purchase over $50 when you use your Reward Zone credit card. Visit Best Buy and save $20 today. So 48-10 is the score here in the fourth quarter. 11:17 left in the contest. St. Pius, they thought they might have found something on the offensive end in that first half. They weren't able to move the ball in that first half against the defense of O'Hara a little bit effectively with the running backs David Kepis and Andrew Riggle. And then the wide receiver Jake Hammerly taking most of the catching duties as Grant Gavin was slinging him a few balls. But they only cashed in on one touchdown, did the Warriors, in that first half. Unable to move the ball really at all here in the second. Kickoff fielded by Hammerly. He's going to be at the 30. He busts through. He's going to get all the way to 50. He's got some space. He's got wide open space now. He could take this one all the way home to the end zone. Nice block, and he's going to take it all the way in. Jake Hammerly brings that one back on the kickoff. So a spark of life for the Warriors here, and they're going to get a touchdown on the board. That comes courtesy of special teams. But there's a flag on the play. That one might actually come back, and it will. Jake Hammerly got too excited. Looks like it may have been a block in the back on St. Pius, but that one comes back. Unfortunately there, St. Pius gets a spark of life, courtesy of the special teams. Some great blocks for Jake Hammerly to bust through the special teams unit of O'Hara, but he gets all the way to the end zone but won't be credited with the touchdown. Hammerly is down in the end zone as well. Looks like it may have been some cramps. I mean, he hightailed it all the way down the field. But this is going to be all the way brought back to the Warriors' 11-yard line. So depressing there for St. Pius. That's got to deflate them, unfortunately, here. They had some momentum right there with that return that would have got some points on the board. Could have sparked something for them to try to get some more points here with their offense. But that one brought back. Hammerly's still down in the end zone. So we'll have to wait before we can restart play with 10:49 left here in the contest. As they're still working on the wide receiver, Hammerly. Hammerly's got a touchdown catch on the night, a 29-yarder from his quarterback, Grant Gavin. That's the lone touchdown on the board for the Warriors. They've also got a 32-yard field goal right before the half, and the score was 20-10 at the half. But then it's been all Celtics in this second half. Celtics have scored 28 unanswered points here in this second half. There's going to be a timeout on the field still as Hammerly's still down in the end zone. Hopefully he is all right. He has been moving. I believe it's just cramps, as they appear to be working on his legs. We'll wait to get some confirmation when play resumes. You can follow 810 Varsity on Facebook and Twitter. The rest of the season we'll choose a weekly winner for $50 gift certificates to Best Buy, Nick and Jake's, and more. Follow 810 Varsity on Facebook and Twitter today. You're listening to live coverage of the St. Pius Warriors O'Hara Celtics high school football contest tonight, live on 810varsity.com. This game will be archived in the next couple of days, so you can go back and watch the contest as well. We stand at 48-10 with 10:49 left in the game. O'Hara leading this one. They got off the bat cooking really fast with a touchdown on the first offensive series for O'Hara in that first half. It was a 19-yard pass from Jake Fortin to his wide receiver DJ Griffin. St. Pius tied it up at 7 apiece after Grant Gavin threw a touchdown pass to Jake Hammerly on a 29-yard connection. So you thought this one could be a back-and-forth pace as when St. Pius tied it up at 7 apiece. And then we saw O'Hara regain that lead with a 1-yard Fortin run. And then O'Hara extended it to 20-7 off an 8-yard Fortin to Brandon Dennis pass. The extra point blocked on that one. That one was time winding down. About 56 seconds left on the clock in the first half when that touchdown was put on the board by O'Hara. And then we saw a 32-yard field goal come right before halftime by L.J. Limpari for St. Pius to make it 20-10 at the half. But then it's been all O'Hara Celtics here in the second half. They've put up 28 unanswered points, a 60-plus yard Ronnie Saylor TD to get things started going for O'Hara, a 23-yard Coatney catch, a Jake Fortin touchdown run for about 8 yards, and then a 22-yard catch for Brandon Dennis, his second touchdown of tonight's contest. And that's how we stand at 48-10. Jake Hammerly being helped off the field. He is walking, it looks like on his right leg, but holding up that left leg, maybe an ankle injury or of some sort. Definitely wish him the best, as he's one of those standout players for St. Pius, and have used him tremendously throughout tonight's contest and the season. I mean, he came in tonight's contest being one of the leading receivers, actually the leading receiver as far as yardage goes, 357 yards before tonight. Gavin gets the high snap, quick pitch to Kepis. Kepis finds himself in the secondary. He's got enough for the first down and plenty of room. He's got some green in front of him, and he's going to be brought down. Looks like Belcher and Saylor also in on the tackle. Good enough for a first down, though. 30-yard run, excuse me, a 32-yard run by David Kepis. Gavin had the high snap from his center Brennan Jewell, and he just pitched it quickly to Kepis as he had some Celtics in his face. Gavin tries to sling that one out quickly. That's going to be caught. Nice job by Saylor to come up with the space, with the tackle, and Sam Monachino with the catch. So we'll see who steps up on the wide receiver end, as the primary target of Grant Gavin is now out. Jake Hammerly, after the injury, brought it a kickoff back for a touchdown, but it was brought back on a block in the back call, and now the St. Pius Warriors find themselves driving. Gavin slings it over. Monachino with the catch once again. Hole gets a hit on him. Good enough for a first down, though. Sam Monachino with that catch. So back-to-back catches for Sam Monachino. Another first down, and the Warriors are in Celtics territory, 35-yard line. 9:13 left here in the fourth quarter. Officials timeout, unaware of exactly what the call was there. They reset play. Gavin runs over the sideline quickly to get the play call. 16 seconds on the play clock for the Warriors. 9 minutes left on the game clock in this contest. Gavin under center. Calls for Lampari to go in motion. Gavin going to drop back to pass. He's got some pressure in his face. Gavin rolls out to the near side. Fakes it. Going to bring it down. He's going to keep it himself. He's got about 5 yards on the play there. Actually, they're going to credit him for about 6. Ronnie Saylor forcing Gavin out of bounds. Aiden Nice busted through the offensive line to cause some pressure on Gavin, make him roll out to the near side. And Gavin thought about slinging it down the field, but then saw he had no one open, so he just took it himself for about a 6-yard gain. Now Gavin drops back to pass once again. Quick pass, this one to McCoy. McCoy's got some space, enough for the first down. Falls down, looks like he lost his footing. Belcher with the tackle. McCoy looked like he lost his footing. He may have tried to plant to try to get around the linebacker Belcher, but another first and 10 for the Warriors. They have found something here behind the arm of Grant Gavin. He's been able to sling it a little bit here tonight. First couple drives had some incomplete passes, but then picked it up, targeting to his senior Jake Hammerly. But Hammerly is out, and handoff to Kepis now. Kepis going to go far side, brought down. Nice hit by O'Hara. Cardell Miller comes up from his defensive back position. A beautifully wrapped up tackle by Miller. Kepis definitely has the weight advantage on Miller, as Kepis the running back basher for St. Pius, but Miller took him head on and brought him down after a gain of 2. Gavin drops back to pass once again. He's going to roll out to the near side, fire back far side, got a man open. That one going to be broken up. Pass incomplete. Brett Coatney with the coverage. Pass intended in for Tanner Burns. Tanner Burns was the intended receiver on that one. 6:46 left in the contest. St. Pius moving the ball down here, trying to challenge for a score. Quick pass to Lampari, brought down in the open field. Nice job by Ronnie Saylor. Open field tackle from his cornerback position. That'll be 4th down for the Warriors here. Grant Gavin will be in the shotgun. Kepis in the backfield. Twin receivers to the far side. And then Pari, the near receiver. Penalty. And that, you got to think in the vicinity of false start once again. And if you're the Warriors, you don't want to hear that, as penalties have bogged you down all night for the Warriors. Encroachment, so a 1 in favor of the Warriors this time. Penalty goes in favor. They're going to get a 1st and 10 off that, and it's going to give them 1st and goal from the 6. So off the penalty, an encroachment call on the O'Hara Celtics. So the penalty actually benefiting their St. Pius offense. Gavin in the under center. He's got some pressure. Fires it over to Kepis, who's got some wide open space along the far sideline. Kepis makes a few guys miss, and in the end zone he goes. Touchdown, St. Pius. They score their 2nd touchdown of the contest. David Kepis with the reception. A 6-yard pass by Gavin to Kepis. And Pari to come on for the extra point.
On to attempt the extra point, number 15, L.J. Lapari.
L.J. Lapari hit a 32-yard field goal to end the first half. Lapari with the kick, and it's good. So 48-17 is the score here with just under 6 minutes left in the contest. St. Pius finally gets the offense moving, and that's behind the arm of Grant Gavin.
We are now back on regulation clock.
Gavin moving the ball down the field tremendously there. His go-to receiver in Jake Hammerly getting injured on the kickoff return, who we thought had brought it back for a touchdown, but called back on a penalty on the Warriors, but they were able to march down from their own 11-yard line all the way to the end zone for their second TD of the contest behind the arm of Grant Gavin, pitching it to his running back David Kepis and mixing in there Sam Monachino as well as Frank McCoy in on a couple passes. Looks like Lapari and the Warriors lining up for an onside kick. So we'll see if they can come up with this one. They trail 48-17 with 6 minutes left in the contest. Do the Warriors. Lampari and the Warriors appear to be lining up in the onside kick formation. Lampari fires that one, and that one is scrum for it. Looks like the Warriors might have actually came away with it, and they do, as it was hit by Riley Sweeney. Sweeney fielded it for the Celtics, but bobbled it, recovered it by Phil Vudic, one of the wide receivers for the Warriors squad. So the gutsy call on special teams there by head coach Rick Byers pans out for St. Pius as they get the onside kick, and it'll start off in Celtic territory on the Celtic 49. St. Pius catching in for a touchdown on their last offensive series, so you think that they've got some momentum on their side. Obviously the onside kick going in their favor as well. Gavin in the shotgun. He's got Kepis and Riggle in the backfield. Gavin drops back to pass. Going to fire towards the near side. See if that one's caught. Incomplete pass intended for Lampari. Saylor with the coverage. Saylor had a hit right about the 40-yard line on Lampari, so may have jarred it loose. Going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 49. St. Pius trying to get a quick strike touchdown on the board again. 48-17, the Warriors trail to the Celtics. Gavin in the shotgun once again. Quick pass. That one dropped in the backfield. Good coverage there by Josh Snow. Tanner Burns, the intended receiver. The tight end was the intended receiver on that Gavin pass. Gavin was being pressured, so he had to get that one off quickly. 3rd and 10 after 2 incompletions by the Warriors. And after they had gotten the onside kick, I'm going to see trip receivers to the far side. Vudic, Lampari out there as well. Gavin in the shotgun. Kepis in the backfield. Gavin got some time. Going to sling this one over across the middle. Way over the head of his own receiver, Frank McCoy. A penalty marker is down in the vicinity of Frank McCoy and his defender, DJ Griffin. Pass interference called on DJ Griffin and the O'Hara Celtics. So that's going to give a first down on 3rd down to St. Pius. So definitely what St. Pius needed there to continue their drive. They got O'Hara had a costly penalty on an encroachment call. They gave them first and goal for St. Pius on the last offensive series for the Warriors. And this one they have a costly pass interference call that gives a first down to the Warriors on a 3rd and 10. Gavin in the shotgun, twin receivers both sides. This one handoff. Straight up over to the far side, brought down 1-yard gain. Benny Palmentary, his first carry of the contest. Palmentary hadn't seen much action in the backfield tonight, as it's mainly been Andrew Riggle and David Kepis, but Palmentary in the backfield once again. Gavin in the shotgun. Gavin going to drop back. He's been pressured by the Celtics. He's got 3 guys converging on him on the near side as he rolls out. Fires that pass, and that one's going to be incomplete. Bobbled right in the breadbasket, though, of Sam Monachino. Monachino had that one in his grasp, but couldn't track it down. Would have been good for about an 8-yard gain. Almost been about a first down. Under 5 left here in the contest. The Warriors still have the offensive possession. 3rd and 9. Gavin, quick drop back. He's at the 50, and he's going to just throw that one into the ground right towards his running back, David Kepis. He had Celtics converging on him. Austin Yancey, Peter Briggs in there. Looks like Belcher may have been in there as well on some pressure. Timeout for St. Pius here. 4:50 left in the contest. St. Pius trails this one 48-17 to O'Hara. Listening to the O'Hara Celtics take on St. Pius Warriors. Live on 810varsity.com. Home contest for the Celtics of O'Hara. It's their homecoming here tonight. St. Pius has really been stagnant on the offensive end here in the second half until their last offensive series, where they were able to get a touchdown on the board. A 6-yard pass from Grant Gavin to David Kepis. And then a onside kick for the Warriors of St. Pius. They come up with that and then able to move the ball off a pass interference call on a 3rd and 10 on the Celtics. Got a new first down, a new set of downs for the Warriors, but they find themselves in a 4th down situation, 4th and 9 from the 34 of the Celtics. Gavin in the shotgun. He drops back. He's got Belcher in his face. Fires across the middle. Incomplete pass. Looks like Tanner Hull with the coverage. Indeed. Pass intended for, looks like Lampari. L.J. Lapari was the intended receiver. Turnover on downs after that 4th down incompletion by the Warriors. So Celtics now take over at their own 33-yard line. They lead it 48-17 over St. Pius. 4:44 left in the game. If the score stands pat, O'Hara will move to 5-0. Cordell Miller now taking over quarterback duties. As Jake Fortin, his day is done. Handoff by Miller straight up the middle. See who was Tanner Hull with the carry. Hull usually the primary fullback, so he's the leading blocker, going to get a carry there. Only his 5th carry officially on the season for Tanner Hull. A 1-yard gain, so that brings up 2nd and 9. Miller under center with the 3 running back formation. Quick handoff once again. This one to Tanner Hull. Good enough for about 2 yards on that play that time for Tanner Hull. Under 4 now left in the game. Jake Fortin, his day's done at quarterback position for O'Hara, but a exceptional day for Fortin. 2 rushing TDs for Fortin. And 3 touchdown passes for the quarterback, Jake Fortin. 2 of those going to his tight end, Brandon Dennis. The other one going to DJ Griffin. 4 TD passes as brought down in the backfield is the ball carrier for the Celtics, Andrew Riggle with the tackle. Kyle Lay was the ball carrier. 4th down now, loss on the play as Kyle Lay was brought down in the backfield. 4th and 12, it'll be a punt as Dennis comes back out on the field. Under 3 now left here in the game. 48-17, O'Hara leading this one over St. Pius live on 810varsity.com. Brennan Dennis with the punt. L.J. Lapari back to field it. Lapari will take this one. As he falls down, as he fields it, I'm just going to go and cradle that one right at the 37-yard line. So St. Pius will start their offensive series from the 37. 2:37 left in the game. As I was mentioning, Jake Fortin, an exceptional night for the Celtics at the helm in the quarterback position. 2 rushing TDs for Fortin, 4 through the air. 2 of those going to his tight end, Brandon Dennis. 1 to his wide receiver, DJ Griffin. And then the other to one of his running backs, Brett Coatney. And then you add in the 60-plus yard run that Ronnie Saylor had. And that gives you the 48 points that the O'Hara Celtics have. Gavin in the shotgun, going to hand it off. This one going to go for about a 1-yard gain. T.J. Murray, the ball carrier, his first carry of the contest. 2:20 left here to go. O'Hara appears to be headed to 5-0 on the season. As I mentioned, they finished 5-7 last year, did the O'Hara Celtics. They started off last year not doing so well. They lost their 5 games starting last year, so they rattled off 5 wins in amongst 7 games in the season. Pass complete by Gavin. David Kepis with the reception, about a 2-yard gain. Tanner Hull on the stop there for the Celtics. But the Celtics definitely improving from last year. From their 5 wins, they'll have 5 after 5 weeks of high school football action in the state of Missouri. Just about a minute 35 away from that 5th victory for the Celtics. And a timeout called by the O'Hara squad. Minute 35 officially left in the game. St. Pius will fall to 2-3 on the season, 2-2 in league play. O'Hara increases their lead in league play, and they'll be 4-0 in league play and 5-0 overall. St. Pius last year had a record of 6-5, so they're probably not where they want to be for head coach Rick Briers as far as record goes. They've had some close calls, like last week. They only lost that one 19-14. They started off the season 2-0, but then their last 2 games they came up with losses, both being close, 41-35 at Clinton, and then last week at home against Lawson, 19-14. Gavin under center, quick pass. They're going to try a wide receiver pass, McCoy. That one bobbled off the head of an O'Hara Celtic defender, off the head of Peyton Franklin, and Tommy Letches also in on the mix there. McCoy was the receiver firing the pass downfield, looking for his wide receiver. T.J. Murray was the intended target. So a little bit of trickeration coming out of the books for the Warriors. They can't get it to result in a positive play for them. Gavin was in the shotgun, handoff to Kepis. Delayed reaction there. Tony Darling with the tackle. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Warriors. Looks like they're going to send out the punting unit. No, that's going to be, that was 4th down, excuse me. Takeover on downs for the O'Hara Celtics. Minute 21 left in the contest, 48-17 is the score. That looks to be the final score, as you think the O'Hara Celtics will just likely try to run the clock out here. Cardell Miller now in at the quarterback position, taking over for Jake Fortin, who had an exceptional night. 3 running back set once again. Little miscommunication on the offensive line. Miller gets it off in time before the play clock expires. Hand off to Tanner Hull. As the Celtics were missing an offensive lineman and rushing in from the sideline was number 78, Austin Yancey. Celtics got that play off just in the nick of time. Went for no gain, so it's 2nd and 10, but they avoided the penalty. Now we're under a minute left here in the game. .44 seconds left here, as Miller just going to hand off again. Wants this one going to Coatney. Excuse me, that was not Coatney. That was substitution. James Campo in the backfield, carrying the ball for the first time for the Celtics. So a slew of substitutions here in the last few minutes. 20 seconds left. have to run maybe one more play, and it looks like that's going to be actually do it. It's the game clock is under what the play clock signals, so that's going to do it for the contest. 48-17 will be your final score. The O'Hara Celtics on homecoming for the O'Hara squad improved to 5-0 overall in the season, 4-0 in West Central League play. And St. Pius Warriors come into O'Hara High School and fall 48-17, and they're going to move their record to 2-3 on the season, 2-2 in West Central League play. Definitely the player of the night for the Celtics has to be the quarterback, Jake Fortin. He was exceptional behind center, a great composure for the senior. 2 rushing TDs for Jake Fortin, 4 through the air, 2 of those going to his tight end, Brandon Dennis, a 22-yard pass to Dennis and an 8-yard pass to Dennis. Also 1 pass going to DJ Griffin, a 19-yard touchdown pass, and then throw in a 23-yarder to the running back, Brett Coatney. Can't forget about the running back, Ronnie Saylor, who had a 60-plus yard run for a touchdown to start things off in the second half when the scoring opened up for the O'Hara Celtics. The St. Pius Warriors got a couple touchdowns in the contest, a 29-yarder by Grant Gavin to Jake Harmerly, who went out with an injury in the second half, and also a 6-yard pass from Gavin to David Kepis here in the second half for the touchdown. Also got a 32-yard field goal by L.J. Lampari, but not enough to defeat the O'Hara Celtics in the rivalry game between these two this year. The O'Hara Celtics come away with the victory live on 810varsity.com. They win 48-17 over the St. Pius Warriors. Thanks for tuning in this week, and you can catch the O'Hara football action live on 810varsity.com throughout the rest of the season. We will be picking up quite a few of their games throughout the rest of the year, so make sure to tune back in for that. 810 Varsity. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter. The rest of the season we'll choose a weekly winner for $50 gift certificates to Best Buy and Nick and Jake's and more. Follow 810 Varsity on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks again for listening as the O'Hara Celtics win this one at home, 48-17 over the visiting St. Pius Warriors.